if you're a parent or you ever want to become a parent or you're a guardian or a child caregiver in any way, please listen to this. The lives of the children in your care depend on you. 80%. Everything that a child is, everything that a person is 80% his upbringing. If somebody has a healthy upbringing, he would grow up like that to become healthy in life. But if one has an unhealthy upbringing, these things go through life with a person. Every experience, every childhood experience has a future repercussion. So everything that you do as a parent, everything you do, every decision you make, every action you take, every response, everything impacts your child one way or the other. And if a person grows up with an emotional gap, it's a problem. Most people who come to therapy, out of 10 people who come to therapy, 8 of them have issues from their childhood. We can trace their problems, their mental health problems, back to their childhood experiences, because the psyche never forgets. So when there is an emotional gap, there is a problem. It comes back in the future and begins to show forth as maladaptive behaviors, wrong behaviors, behavioral disorders, mental health issues, and all of that in adulthood, and it's a problem. So I believe that we will have less mental health issues in young adults and teenagers if the childhood is well taken care of. I had a case yesterday that really got to me. It made me a bit uneasy. Now this person is in her 50s, the early 50s, but she still has some issues from her childhood that are disturbing her. And now you know that, she doesn't even know. And you can hardly fix a problem if you don't know its source. You first have to know the source of a problem before you can fix it. So many people don't know that the issues they are having are from their childhood. Now, parenting is not a joke. Parenting, they call you mommy, they call you daddy. It's not a title, right? It's responsibility. And you have to stand up to that responsibility. Once you become a parent, your life changes completely. You have to be actively involved in your child's life in every way. Because failure to do this, you're setting your child up for failure in the future. And yourself, because your children are your future. So if you don't treat them well, if you don't pay attention, if you're not actively involved in their lives, knowing the stages of their development and everything that they need, your child has emotional needs, just like everybody. And you have to, because your child at that age cannot make decisions for themselves. So they look up to you. They internalize everything that you do, everything that you say to them, every reaction, every way that you respond to them. They internalize all these things. And this is what forms their mental impression about life, about you, about people, about themselves. That's how they begin to see themselves as they grow. The way you respond to them is how they internalize and develop their own self-perception. So it is important that you are actively involved in your child's life. Now, if you don't know what your child is going through at every stage, you can respond negatively. But if you understand the stages of his development and what he's going through at every stage, every age has some conflict that come with it. And then it is you who can help your child navigate the conflict and pass through every stage successfully. It is important as a parent to be aware. Ignorance is costly, very costly. It can cost you peace in your own future. When your child is not doing well, when your child is having problems, you're not happy about that. The joy of every parent is that their children grow up successful, happy in life, and they do well. They are successful in everything that they do, in every area of their life. But if they are not, you also will not be happy, God forbid. So please, parents, pay attention to your children. Understand your child's developmental stages. Understand what your child is going through and be actively involved. Parenting is much more than providing food, clothing, and shelter. While all these are important, of course, money is important to send your child to school and to buy him the material things that he needs. But it goes beyond that. And it also goes beyond taking him to Bible study and or Sunday school and taking him to church. Yeah, that is very good. Teach your child the ways of the Lord. But there are things that you personally need to do to raise your child. Train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he grows, he will not depart from it. People grow up to become the child that they were. Every adult is a child that he was. Okay, he's just grown into an adult, but he has everything from his childhood, every experience is stored in the mind, in the brain. And when there is a gap, the psyche will want to fill this gap later in life. and it's always in unhealthy ways. Parents, stand up to your responsibility. I have this course that comes up on a monthly basis. It's titled Childhood to Adulthood. And the November version is coming up on the 16th and 17th of November. It's a 2-day course, and it's going to teach you everything you need to know about your child's developmental stages and how you as a parent can be there for your child, can be actively involved in your child's life. Now, even if you're not physically, it is good to be physically present and emotionally present, but sometimes we cannot, some situations are unavoidable, that maybe you have to be away physically, but it doesn't stop you from still being actively involved in your child's life. And when you understand the stages that your child is going through, then you can know how to respond positively and promote positive behavior in your children. This is important. And it will also teach you, even you, if you have any unresolved childhood trauma. Because if your traumas are unresolved, you're going to pass that down to your children. Yes, that's how mental health problems are also passed down generations. Traumas are passed down generations because we don't know. But once we know the cause of a problem, once we know, if you notice a pattern in your life, things that you continuously do over and over, and you don't even know why you do them, and you can't break free from them, some of them are products of your childhood trauma, your childhood experiences. Now, if you're still battling with your own and you don't know, you're going to pass it down to your children, right? And they will also pass it down to their children. And that's how these things keep going. But if you can begin to tackle these things from childhood, when you know and you break that chain, when you break that chain and you raise your own children up healthy, then they will pass the same down to their children. And then we can break that chain. We can break the chain of mental health problems. And we can break the chain of addiction in our teenagers and young adults. We can break the chain of maladaptive behaviors, rebellion, a lot of these things. We can break it. Now, I know that there are external factors that contribute to a person's and adult's behavior, but 80% is from the childhood experience that a person has. So please, you can sign up for this course. If you're a parent, you're a parent-to-be, you're a guardian, or you're in any way involved with children, it is important to know. We need to be informed. We need to be aware so that we can change the narrative. We can change how things have been to make them better. So it will help you to also understand yourself more and know how you can also heal and resolve your own childhood trauma or your mental health issues, if you have any. And also help you in raising your child well to become healthy, mentally, emotionally stable adults who are able to navigate life challenges, who are able to face life. When a child has a solid background, we all understand the importance of foundation in everything. If you build a house with a weak foundation, the house will not stay. It will eventually collapse. But when there's a solid foundation, you can build on that. You can build anything on it. All right. And so if you build a solid foundation for your child, yes, whatever external factors come at him as he grows, he'll be able to tackle them and overcome every challenge that comes his way, right? Through friends or anything, social media. When he gets into life, because it's not going to be with you forever. So you can't always be there to protect him, but the values that you deposit in him will help him when he goes out of the house and he starts life on his own. Because really, that is when all these issues start coming up, when a child starts to live on his own, when he gets out of the house. All this emotional gap, the void now wants to be filled because it's not there. You're not there to protect him physically anymore. So build your children. Put in them the values. Let them understand who they are. Let them know their identity. If someone does not know his identity, he will fall for anything. You have to stand up for something. You have to stand for something. Let your children know who they are by showing them who you are. But if you yourself do not know who you are, how are you going to show your children who they are? So this course is important. Please sign up for it. I'm going to put the flyer at the end of this video. And if you can follow me for more information about this. Just try and take this course. You will be glad you did. It will really help you.